And it says that there. And now that we are the Jizranid Sultanate, we have lots of cool things we can do. First thing I'm going to do, I'm immediately going to be like, Medium Crown Authority, done. And Medium Crown Authority does several things. Lets you, the vassals cannot wage war, and also you can, I believe, revoke titles from heretics. So if this guy were to ever become a heretic, for example, I could revoke all his titles. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to look at all my vassals, check out their opinions. A lot of them probably hate me a lot now. Yeah, I have a general negative opinion. And we're going to start to see factions pop up where they want us to lower the Crown Authority, and that's going to be a little bit of an issue for a while. But we should be able to weather it. We're going to first want to deal with this guy. I'm going to just send him a solid gift. I don't want his opinion to be positive because he's a major vassal of mine. And now my dement size is slightly bigger, so we no longer have that problem. And we can usurp the Duchy of Galicia here. I might do that, but I'm not super important. It's not super important. Also, now we have a limit on how many emirates we can hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Abu Bakr the emirate. I'm going to grant him the Sheikhdom of Porto, and I'm going to give him that, and grant him that, and that will lower my decadence a small amount, and then I'm going to grant him so Abu Bakr here has all this. Now I'm going to grant him sorry, that's revoked. Now I'm going to grant him this emirate here. And once I do that, that will help the vassal situation a great deal. So now he's my emir, and he's my most powerful vassal. But he also adores me to death, so that's fine, and he's my heir. So now you'll see that my opinions in general are much better. A lot of it changed mostly because my reign is now a short reign because I've changed my primary title to the kingdom as opposed to the emirate, which is what I had been. I still have a lot of dissenting vassals. This guy is the most prominent of those. Also, this guy is going to be a problem. I would like to revoke his title, but I probably can't. Yeah, he has a 5% chance of revolt, and I get a lot of tyranny, which I can't afford right now. He's bound to make a faction, and we're bound to see some serious factionalism, which means I need to be pretty conservative with my wars. It's just what needs to happen. Wow. That sucks. Okay, now we have a new Chief Qadi, which I don't really understand what it is, but something. Yeah, so this guy has started a faction. He's wanting to lower Crown Authority. I do not blame him, but we don't want that to happen. But if they do confront me with it, it's probably a good idea to actually just listen to them. You know, because a huge civil war will really cramp like what we're trying to do, which is really a bad idea. Now this is going to be a serious war that's going to last a while. This guy's not going to capitulate as easily as it has been recently. Let's see what's the deal with this guy. Oh, he's a great spy master. Done. And he doesn't like me as much as he should. So let's send him a gift. Good. Now we have a really good spy master, and this guy, I'm going to send him to Santiago. Who's this? Oh, that's their retinue. Bergancan army. That actually is probably an issue. I should grant this to somebody and then transfer. So now it starts to get pretty complicated now that I am a king, because that means there are technically 4 levels of vassals in this kingdom. Me, the king, then there's the dukes and so forth, then there's the sheiks, and then there's the barons. So what will happen is a duke will be under the king, but then he'll have his own sheiks and barons. And so for like right now, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Abu Bakr, he's going to have several things where he says he wants, so he, right there, he's losing 25% or 25, I guess, whatever it's called, disposition, because he desires the sheikdom of Castello Branco, which I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a vassal, I'm going to take a vassal, look for a good vassal here. So this guy, Musa, he looks pretty good. We're going to grant him the sheikdom of Castello Branco. Now that's not enough, because that guy is my vassal. So what I need to do is I need to say, hey Abu Bakr, nothing personal, we're going to transfer the vassalage of that guy, who's now the Sheik of Castello Branco, to you. Now that guy is Abu Bakr's vassal, and we no longer have any problems. That completely goes away. And you always want to do that. What I tend to try to do is to give... This is sort of a messed up situation because I had really no choice. First of all, this emirate is bigger than it usually is because it added Santiago. And second of all, Abu Bakr has 2 territories next to this guy's 2. And the reason I did that was because I needed this guy not to be able to rebel against Abu Bakr. Generally what I would do is I would only grant the Duke 1 territory, and then I'd have the other sheiks all balance them out. So, for example, if I make the Emirate of Granada, which I'm likely to do, I'll have one guy here, that guy will be the sheik, and then the other 2 guys will be sheiks, or the guy in Granada will be the emir, excuse me, and these 2 guys will be the sheiks, and that way the sheiks kind of balance out the emir, and the emir doesn't have control of the entire thing, whereas I do. And this whole thing right here is an emirate, and I have control of all of these provinces, so I am more powerful than any individual emir. It's just something that I always try to do when I play this game. Is, like I said, it's all about limiting the power of the vassals and so forth. So you always got to keep that in mind. So this guy wants to kill me. Who is it? It's probably Abu Bakr's wife or something. I actually have no idea who this... Oh yeah, it's Abu Bakr's wife. So at this point, Kareem is actually at the age where I don't really care that much about him dying. So I'm actually not going to bother with her. If he dies, so what? That's where I'm at. It's sort of weird, but again, if he dies, so what? So this is the Shia jihad for Jerusalem, I guess. I don't know what happened with our jihad. We won it, but weird. Anyway, we won that battle. We're doing all right here. I think we should send this guy over here to besiege that area. Alright, unfortunately, Wali Afar is more useful than this guy, so we're going to side with him. And I do think it's funny that I'm constantly having to appease a guy named Jafar. The irony is not lost on me, and I keep thinking of Aladdin too. It's a pretty good movie. Alright. So, we're just fighting, dudes. He is a better steward, but I don't have a choice. This guy, I need him to not try to murder me. Or at least not to make a giant faction. He's the leader of this faction, but he's pretty pleased that I defeated his rebels, I guess. Do I have any prisoners I can release? I do. Man, I've had these guys forever. Do that. And that'll help a little bit, because the short reign thing is really the big issue. If we can kind of rein that in a little, it'll be very helpful. We should be, yeah, with that. It's because every time they call a holy war, everybody kind of gets involved in the war, so it's a big problem. The Holy Roman Empire seems to have reclaimed some of its, you know, provinces here, but... Oh, well, great. My guy's now a dirty... not dirty old man, but a cynical old guy. And Abu Bakr is shaking things up big time here. And here we go. Good stuff. We're lucky. Our decadence is just shooting up. And I don't really have much gold, unfortunately. If Kareem shows any signs of like getting sick or something like that, I probably will start worrying and killing them. Whoa. Abu Bakr just made a real power move and revoked Braganca from this guy. Man. Man. Yeah, he really hates him. And Abu Bakr apparently is a heretic, which is something I need to worry about. We're demanding his conversion immediately. Do not like that at all. Now we have to really pay attention. We cannot let him be a heretic. So what's going on here? Ah. I'm sure that didn't take much convincing to get this guy involved in my war. Not exactly my biggest fan. He loaded all his troops on ships. Smart. I love it. It's pretty good. What is he doing? Abu Bakr is just suddenly taking like everything. Whoa. Well, he's ambitious as all hell, I'll give him that. This war is taking too long. So I can't actually besiege anything with this number of troops. So I might as well just use this bandit. And yep, doing that is good. What? How weird. Huh. Okay. That's pretty strange. Alright, whatever. Okay, we're winning the siege. This is not going to be a very long siege. Aha. So we do in fact... We have... Wow, Abu Bakr is actually doing great. He's pumping out lots of daughters and only a couple sons. Perfect. I don't really care what happens with those sons. That may sound kind of cold and messed up, but I don't care. Alright, perfect. So, we gain 100 piety, we gain 50 prestige, we lose 10 decadence. Great. We gain moral authority, And the Ibadi religion loses moral authority, and he loses a ton of stuff. So we just took all that crap. And now we defeated those rebels. So let's, we have to definitely sort out our current situation here. So that is one thing. I'm gonna just make new vassals here, not even bothering with them all. I guess because they were all Ibadi and we just won a holy war, we were able to just take all of that. So now the Demence is still too big. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a totally new duchy here. So I'm going to make all new vassals. We're going to make it as good stewardship as possible. We're going to have to redo it. Yeah. So here is this guy. He seems pretty good. He's a genius. I like all of that. So let's give him... We're going to make him the main guy. We're going to put him in Lisboa. And as a Christian, what I'd probably be doing is giving duchies to my kids. But as a Muslim, I never do that. So now we're going to make another one. We're going to have him have really high diplomacy. And this guy looks good. Sorry, dude. I have to do without this guy's service. Chieftain of Evora here. And now we're going to have a guy with really high martial. He's too old. This guy is my art marshal and he's only 35, so let's give him some land. We're going to grant him the Aldecer del Sol here. And finally, we're going to grant this guy. Actually, I think I have a mosque, so let's actually look for somebody with really high learning, like this guy. And we're going to give him this mosque here. And now we're going to finally have a guy with, I guess another guy with really high stewardship, why not? And in my world, I tend to get a lot of guys with really high stewardship landed. So that's like the highest thing I look for, because they're able to get more taxes and I'm able to get more taxes from them. So it's very nice. And now we're doing that, and now I'm going to grant this guy. Well. Oh. Huh. What's the deal here? Oh, I can't usurp it from him. So I don't have it, which is stupid. But anyway, I don't know the answer to why. This guy's really just totally gone almost. I mean, let's do that. Gonna get that done. We're gonna also kind of, we've used a lot of piety, so a lot of little plots we can do. This is the only guy who still is against me. And what I'm thinking of doing is just turning right around and declaring holy war on this guy again. And you know, I'll take a hit to my my Muslim rulers thing, but I'm not that worried, because the only Muslim rulers that are nearby are these Almoravids who adore me. This guy would still be my friend even if I took the truce, and then I have the Abbadids who already hate me, and actually who I'm going to just invade. Why not? So it's just sort of, it doesn't matter to me if I break the truce. Let's take Pharaoh from this guy. Not not even giving my guys breaks. We're just charging them straight back into war. I see no good reason not to. Oh, well. I guess because I declared war, I was unable to do the Furinista. Oh well, that's too bad. I'll do it once I finish this war. And we're gonna take these guys out. I don't want to risk Castile. I don't want to risk Castile getting them, or Leon, one of them. And, you know, once I take them out, we're going to... Okay, so my daughter has a bastard child. Alright, we'll do this. I think I'm already kind. I am, so I don't want to do it. Let's see. Keep her hidden and dispose of the child. I can gain Deceitful and Kinslayer. I don't think it's possible for you to get Kinslayer as a Muslim. Let's do that. I don't know. Gaining trusting. I don't know. It's okay. It's not great, but whatever. So let's look again at Abu Bakr and make sure he's not... Let's just, you know, do our due diligence, make sure everybody's still Sunni that needs to be Sunni. The only people I really give a crap about being Sunni are Abu Bakr and my court imam. Radicalized our vassals. Wonderful. I like that. Not. Some of them love me, some of them hate me. That'll probably lead to a little bit of a rise in factionalism, and so we'll have to... Well, darn.